welcome, population of the internet. It is your favorite self-proclaimed weekly podcast that is dedicated to New Zealand music. How you doing? Kia ora, tēnā koutou, katoa, all that fun vibes. We have Jemilah on the video stream as well as audio, showing her beautiful face, talented singer-songwriter, one half of one of my favorite bands, actually, of all time, Marmalade. Not to be confused by like Marmalade from like the 70s or whatever it is. This is the new Marmalade. This is rebottled for your pleasure. So anyways, sound check is done. Let's go live. Jemilah, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, man. Well, there's a face that is very familiar to the New Zealand music scene. You are a talented singer. You pop out like everywhere on the internet for some reason. I've seen you collab on other people's stuff. You've got the Marmalade stuff. You're always posting your stuff on your socials. And you also do this wicked ass ins and in and outs podcast that's behind the scenes New Zealand stuff. So I feel like I'm interviewing the interviewer right now. So I hope I can do a good job doing so. Welcome to episode 117 or something. This is your second time anyways on the show. Now,
yeah.
Welcome back. Again, you started bright, here's the pun, with your debut single, Bright. You carried on strong with the next single, and then so forth and onwards and upwards, and you've got a brand new single that you're plugging tonight. So maybe just tell everyone about yourself, your little intro, please, if you may.
My little intro. I'm Jemilah. I am one half of Marmalade. We're a duo at the front, but we often play as a 5-piece band. So sometimes we're more folky vibes, duo acoustic set. Sometimes we're more full band, indie pop rock vibes. We've got 3 songs out now. Caffeine High is just the last song before an EP that's coming out later this year, which is really exciting. Got a few gigs in the lineup. We're opening for Holly Aerosmith on Waiheke Island in November and playing at the Auckland Folk Festival next year, which is really exciting. So
damn,
things
son.
are in the pipe. Okay. Yeah, it's would have things to look forward.
Things to celebrate there. Holly Aerosmith, that's a good act. But yeah, I feel almost speechless. But welcome to the show. Tell us what you've been up to other than all that fun stuff. Any non-musical things? Are you all go right now?
Non-musical things. I feel like pretty multifaceted. Going down to the snow this week to do some snowboarding.
Sweet.
That's my personal life. Also working in the music industry, like not as a band. That's me a couple of days a week as well. Yeah.
Tell us more. That's interesting. You threw a little gold nugget there. This is the storytelling podcast, by the way. If you know, you've been on the podcast before. We've heard your music, so let's get in between the tracks, so to speak. What's the music-y business stuff you're talking about here? It sounds interesting.
Most of it's contracting, so it kind of chops and changes. At the moment, I'm contracting for Loop, which is a record label, sort of working across special projects.
Only Loop, yeah, like Rian, Xian, and all that. Who else is there? Is that Cora? Or, I don't know, but the like, Who of the Who, really. Cool, like the publicity side of things, or can you say?
Kind of across everything. Yeah, my official title is Special Projects Label and Live. So I kind of work across the label side and the live side, focusing on Fly My Pretty this year, which is really exciting. So yeah, kind of like it's a small team, so kind of just like jumping in wherever I'm needed at the moment.
Congratulations, man. Like, I'm always intrigued. It's been a while since we caught up, and I'm glad you've virtually teleported here to North Shore, Auckland, where we're about a couple of minutes stone's throw away from the beach. So if you're ever around near Albany, let me know. You can do an in-person thing or whatever. We had your wonderful friend Jenny Smith do that. So I mean, the offer's there. We want friends, basically. So, and Cohen, the second half of the band, is also welcome. But yeah, let's go. I'm so excited about this showcase. Do you want to revisit some of your older tracks? Because I still think they're hip, they're square, they're relevant. Probably old to
Yeah.
you, but Bright is one of my favorite Kiwi bands of all time, right up there with Slice of Heaven, really. So
Damn, that's a compliment and a half.
yeah, it is. It's a good song, I have to say. So, I mean, there's always new listeners. People can download these episodes as well at Kiwiradio.nz. So if you're listening to this on replay, kia ora, welcome to our little country here in New Zealand, and we love promoting local music. We have Jemilah from the band Marmalade. Let's go with your strongest song. I mean, they're all good. And then let's lead up to the new one. How does that kind of sound for you? Cool. Well, Bright, tell us about your smash hit that should be everywhere. It's on loop in my little area, but tell us about Bright, how it was written, how you feel about it now, so forth.
Yeah, wow. It does feel kind of old now. It's like crazy how time flies. Bright was written in a flat that no longer in with and Liam, who's our guitarist that plays back. And it's about dreams and wondering whether you're good enough, and wondering if you're going to be successful. To me, that's kind of always been present in like a music journey, but it can kind of be like for anybody that's going through anything facing and not really sure if it's a bit ambitious.
Self-doubt is great because it shows modesty. But I think you smash this one out of the park. Liam on guitar, awesome. Cohen, actually one of my favorite songwriters too. I've followed his previous projects, and now it's like the super band. So, anyways, enough gloating, shall we? Let's get started with Marmalade. Get that name in your earwax because, you should know about them. So here we go. Rewind to the beginning.
Socks. Wondering if I'll ever become a rock star. How will I make it to the top when every road sign screams to stop? But I got no time in my mind. Will I ever make it, or will I have to fake it until I'm bright? Will I have to break it? Will I end up hating it when I'm bright? Maybe I should buy a paddling pool. Do you think my friends would think I was cool, or should I break some rules? Maybe I'd be less of a fool, but I got no time in my mind. Will I ever make it, or will I have to fake it until I'm bright? Will I have to break it? Will I end up hating it when I'm bright? Will I ever make it? Or will I have to fake it? Will I have to break it? Will I end up hating it? Will I ever make it? Or will I have to fake it until I'm bright? Will I have to break it? Will I end up hating it when I'm bright? When I'm bright? When I'm
How does one go from one octave to another? It's amazing. I love that. It just sends chills every time. Welcome everyone to Kiwiradio.nz. We are simulcast this Tuesday evening at upfm.co.nz. So kia ora to our bros over there in the secondary station. Marmalade is the act of the week right now, and that was Bright. Next up is kind of awkward, really, to be honest. But here we go. Here's another pun because the next song is called Awkward. Are you awkward there, Jemilah?
Am I awkward as a person?
Yeah, I mean, are you? Are you that kind of introverted person that kind of corners in the... I don't see you to be that, but have you
I don't
had...
know if I'm as awkward, but I definitely feel awkward internally, if that makes sense. Like there's lots of...
I mean, does this feel awkward now?
Right. Like mildly, but in a comforting way.
Yeah. I've been told by my wife that I'm like a good alcoholic beverage. It takes a few goes to kind of warm up to me, apparently. So there we go. But yeah, anyways, awkward. Yes. Speaking of awkward, I want to kind of delve into the conspiracy behind Marmalade. Now, you had a few band members before, and now you've shrunk to the power horse that is the two. Was there any sort of drama behind that? Was there more to the story, or did you just part ways in a friendly manner? You can spill it all here.
I mean, there's more to the story, but nothing in a badly awkward way. Sorry that there's not that tea to spill. But for various reasons, like everyone just had different things going on, different life directions and plans, and it was the end of a year for a headline tour, and we just sort of sat down and once one person like, oh, I think that this isn't going to work for me next year. I think the other two members were like, yeah, actually having that conversation, it makes the most sense for me to step away also for different reasons. But we're all still good mates. Love Liam and Kun and I go camping when we can, hang out. I mean, everyone's got really busy lives. We don't see much to do, but all still good vibes. Kun and I are also who've also been like always been managing the like an admin promotional perspective, just decided that it would be easier to just like strip it down to a duo in terms of like the face of Marmalade, since we're kind of like doing most of the mahi anyway, in terms of making that, and just looking for band members to come on with us live and definitely be part of the crew, but not have to take on so much responsibility in terms of like doing all the mahi. So we've just now finally bands back together, which is really exciting, because we've got this headline show in November that we're preparing for. So
please tell more about that November show. Go. Can you say?
Oh yeah, why not? Like it's not a announced, but if you want to put it in your calendar,
I'm doing it. Tell us more.
November 16th is the day. I can't share all the details, but it's going to be a really sick lineup. It's like a mini festival.
I like that. You gave us a date, so we're preparing for the launch.
Yeah.
I like that.
You have to be there.
You are a marketing genius, I have to say. Now, I've been checking out your Ins and Outs podcast. I have to kind of insert this in. Is there going to be more of that show? Because I do like listening to it. I
really hope so. We've sort of in the works with thinking about when we can do another season. But I must admit, it is quite hard to line it up with managing and also doing a job income.
Yeah,
and have
for sure.
Time. But hopefully, like next year, there will be something coming, because it is something that both are really passionate about. And it would be really awesome to like continue on that journey, because we do really care.
Speaking of the second half of Marmalade, Cohen and you're driving force of this, and it's great because I think also you have joint decision board has shrunk, so therefore you can move a little bit faster. You're a bit more agile, shall we say? The band comes and plays the shows, and if the songs are strong, I think there'll be like 12 guitarists coming like every time. The songs are amazing. But tell us, what's the chemistry like with you and Cohen writing the music? How is Cohen, by the way? Is he around tonight?
He's good. Yeah, he's around. We're actually currently in the middle of a cheeky little potluck, so he's out wrangling everybody in the kitchen, I think. But but he's good. Yeah, he's good, and we work together really well. It's actually, really awesome having both of us be equally passionate and driven and like keen to make it happen as each other, and it definitely makes it easy splitting the workload down the middle. And Kun has an amazing background in production and engineering is incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
Songs that we've released so far and the rest of the songs in the EP have mostly been recorded at home with Kun, and that's just cool because we get a lot of control over what to do, and B, we don't have to make room in our budget for a massive amount of studio time. So it's just on all fronts. But yeah, we have a good dynamic. I mean, with our days, but for the most part, it's really awesome working together. And yeah, I couldn't like having for myself or with anyone else.
Hey man, come do an acoustic record here in North Shore. Why not? You've seen the gadgets. I've got my video cameras doing something, so I'll try and get my cute face back. But you're currently checking out Jemilah from Marmalade. Let's go with the second track. There were no real awkward questions there, I don't think. I was trying to get some more like Fleetwood Mac kind of juice, but there wasn't really. It was quite commendable. So there we go. This makes a terrible talk show. But we're a music show anyway. It's not talk show. Here we go. Kiwi Radio, Marmalade.
I woke up on Tuesday feeling cold inside my brain. Oh, I sent you a message asking if you felt the same. I don't know if I'm hungover or just over it all.
Am I kind of awkward or do you just hate my smile? Does that mean you'll only be here for a little while? I don't know if I was sober when I asked you over.
I can't help but wish I was sitting by myself. Things I felt were just my extroverted self. How do I tell you without telling you directly that you're not what I was expecting? Honey, who's that boy who came around the other night? Oh, I thought he was handsome and awfully polite. Maybe you should have him round again. How come I don't meet your friend? I can't help but wish I was sitting by myself. Things I felt were just my extroverted self. How do I tell you without telling you directly that you're not what I was expecting?
Wish I was sitting by myself. The things I felt
With just my extroverted self. How do I tell you without telling you directly that you're not what I was expecting? That you're not what I was expecting.
Kiwiradio.nz. We are here every Tuesday. We have Cara Rhodes coming up next week, by the way, if you want to check that out. We have a whole bunch written by Wolves coming up on the podcast as well. But we're here every week, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. New Zealand time. Jemilah is in the hot seat right now. Jemilah, first of all, again, just kind of fanboying here right now. Love the Cohen vocals in the background too. It kind of takes it from that singer-songwriter thing to like the power duets, the Huey Lewis, that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah. It just takes it another level, really.
as a duo, like when we play live, we sort of share the vocals, maybe like 60-40.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's
I love it.
cool to have two front people.
Yeah, it's good. I really love bands that are actually fronted by two people. It's amazing. And I figured out the secret sauce as to why I really like your music. Are you ready for this?
Okay, I'm ready. Tell me the secret sauce.
It's going back to the Elvis Presley formula. You know,
Okay.
a lot of the Elvis songs are like 2 minutes, 2.5. And you know, indie songs, they wanna put a bit more solos in there, but a second chorus, and just kind of you just give. But you're like, nah, mate. Here's a muffin. Have fun. Muffins don't last in my books. You know, you go, yeah, there we go, and it's like a 2.5 minute, 3 minute hit.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I guess sometimes you think you want it to be longer, but then you like listen to it again.
Yeah.
For longer.
I love sugar. I love caffeine, and I really love using segues too, as you can tell, because the next track, I think about this stuff. Caffeine High is your brand new single. Firstly,
yeah.
Oh, so excited about this. Tell us the story about the song, how it got started, and what do you feel about it now?
The story of Caffeine High. Well, before all of the music industry stuff, I was a barista for a long time, like 5 or 6 or 7 years. And I worked at this one little coffee shop, which I love dearly. And it's quite small, so I was baristaing and also would like have quite a lot of interactions with customers, and you have a lot of the same faces and also lots of new people. And I can't remember like when the song actually began, but I think I was thinking like, what can I write a song about that's like different? It's not a topic that I've written about before, or not a topic that people speak about a lot. And something came to me, and I was sort of thinking about different things that I did and different things that I could be inspired by. And I thought it was quite funny sometimes, the interactions that you have being a barista, and how you kind of get like this intimate look at people's everyday lives, because you're kind of providing them with like what they need to kind of kickstart their day. And sometimes people will tell you these like personal stories and kind of
there's juice there. I was waiting for the OJ, and here it is. What is the best barista story from a customer?
Oh, I should really like have one, you know, like written down for these kind of scenarios. But off the top of my head, it's so hard.
I'll give you one. I used to be a barista as well. I was a cute-faced 17-year-old with pimples, the whole shebang. You know, some people like that. And I used to always have foreign students specifically come up to me, and their aunts or mums would try and like connect us, like marry us basically on the spot. Married at first sight. It was a little bit insane, but also very complimenting. And as I age, that doesn't happen anymore. But when I was 18, it happened. So that was my story. Come on, is that sparking anything?
I feel like they all just kind of blend into one. And then the stories that I wrote in Caffeine High, you know, some of them are the exaggerated truth. And now I feel like that's true. There is a line in the song that if you kind of let it wash over you, you might not notice it. But the line is like,
can you sing it, not just say
it? Tell me about your child, 22.5 weeks. Wow, that's wild. And then the next line is, let me show you a photo of my daughter. Damn, she's a lawyer and the same age as me. And that's kind of, I feel like I got those interactions, people coming in and telling you about their kids. And for me, the 22.5 weeks is so accurate, because I feel like people have kids like 12 a year old. They're like, my kid's old. You're like, so they're a year old. And that's kind of just like taking the mickey of that a bit. And also a lot of people that would come in and so be like, so what are you to do? Like, what's your and that really got me thinking, because even though for me coffee was a part-time thing, you know, like an intermediate thing between what I was doing then and, you know, my future, it's so funny, I think, how people do hospitality and how people view hospitality as like unnecessary temporary work. And most people in like our society rely quite heavily on hospitality in order to like live their lives. And that kind of like sparked thought in me, because I think it's kind of like how people look down on people who work hospitality sometimes, when actually, you know, going back to the sort of like sassy little sort of silliness, is like, you can't function until I give you this beverage. So don't be
for
coming.
sure. I am literally your third hand right now. You know, like I am
exactly.
If you know, people don't believe in nursery rhymes like Jack and the Beanstalk, there are magic beans. It's called coffee. So
it's called coffee.
Caffeine High is your new single. You've got a gig coming out in November. Where can we find you? Online, that is.
You can find us everywhere. We're its_Marmalade on Instagram, Marmalade on Facebook. We're on Spotify. You need to search Marmalade and then a song name to find us, like, in case, you know, or Marmalade New Zealand NZ band usually get us. If you Google us, you might find out how to make marmalade. So you probably need to put in a music or band or New Zealand to find us.
Yeah.
But yeah, please do find us. Like, you know, we're really in the era of like our audience and wanting to reach more people. So yeah, if you're listening and it's just say, hey, we're friendly. We can be friends.
As a collector of good vibes, if my camera was working right now, I'd show you my wonderful New Zealand music collection behind me, which you can't see, but just use your imagination. But anyways, merchandise, CD, vinyl, any plans for that kind of stuff?
We do have merch. We have like a variation of clothing. It's actually really cool. We pick up clothing from op shops, secondhand clothing, wash them, sew patches on them, marmalade patches. Our way to part of it's reducing the cost of merch, and a lot of it is just like trying to be sustainable and, you know, not support fast fashion where we can. Whilst we're a small enough need to make so much, like a small amount of merch, it just makes it a sort of like sort of slow fashion way of doing things. We will definitely have CDs when we have our EP in November, so stay tuned for that. Vinyl, that's a dream, but I reckon that'll probably be an album thing.
You know, like I'm trying to get away from the consumerist trap and been listening to like minimalism podcasts and stuff like that. You know, use people, not things, not the other way. But I still feel like having a CD or vinyl in your hand, that's like a lifetime work right there. So you're almost like, for me, it's an art piece. Like it's something I can put in the shelf and be like, especially when it's signed from the artist, man, that's something that I'll be like 80 going, Marmalade. Yes, I remember that.
I do feel like there's certain things that fall slightly outside of the lines of consumerism. You know, I think when people talk about consumerism or being better at consumerism, it simply just means like, don't buy that plastic thing you don't need, or don't buy it, you know, but supporting an artist and buying, like you say, something that you're going to hold on to forever, like you absolutely get away with that within the realm of being sustainable, I think.
And I love that the fact that you're putting patches and doing it that way as well too. It's still the memoir. I'm gonna try and collect everything Marmalade from here. That's just how I am. But yeah, wishing you much success. I hope you don't become strangers to the podcast. You know, you're doing the New Zealand music podcast ins and outs. Check that out on YouTube as well. It's very interesting if you're in the music industry. You were also guesting on like Jenny Smith's song and probably God knows where else. And then your main jam, sorry for the puns, is Marmalade. Is Marmalade a jam? Your main jam is Marmalade. So
we'll go with that.
Anything else? That is the plug. I'm gonna, fade out with this song. What else would you like to tell the audience this evening? Anything?
Yeah, honestly, you've nailed it. Come to the gig. Put November 16th in your calendar, and there'll be more details.
Yeah, awesome. That's great. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thanks for taking the time out from your little get do there, your potluck, whatever it is. I was hoping to catch a little glimpse of Cohen in the background wearing an apron, just being like, dude. It's like the Beatles, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, say my warmest, get regards to him as well. And I think you're both super cool. And we want to thank you for being on the show. Okay. Oh, and stay cool, stay creative, which is like my little wrap up there at the end. So.
Oh, love it. Love that.
Okay. Well, there we go. Thanks everyone. I'm gonna sign off. And leave you with this little number for you. Marmalade is the band. Go check them out. They're from New Zealand. The brand new song that I'm going to play for you right now is Caffeine High. You're tuned into Kiwiradio.nz, upfm.co.nz. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in.
Over your coffee cup, tell me how you fucked up everything you wanted life to be. Tell me over a flat white how you can't seem to sleep at night 'cause you cheated on your wife. I give you therapy, you give me 450. I listen carefully for a minute. Give me some of your time 'cause I gave you mine. Have I wasted all of my precious mind on you? Caffeine high.
Tell me about your child, 22 and a half weeks. Wow, that's wild.
Oh, let me show you a photo of my daughter.
Damn, she's a lawyer, and she's the same age as me.
I give you therapy, you give me 450. I listen carefully for a minute. Give me some of your time 'cause I gave you mine. Have I wasted all of my precious mind on you? Caffeine high. Give me some of your time 'cause I gave you mine. Have I wasted all of my precious mind on you? Caffeine high.
You are tuned into Kiwiradio.nz. That is Marmalade, everybody. And thank you for tuning in this week's show. Coming up on the podcast, we have some amazing Kiwi acts joining us. We have Cara Rhodes, Nick Burson, who's actually a singer-songwriter, but you may know him from like the guitarist of Stephanie Beck, who's also been on the show as well. So country fans, check out that artist. And Written by Wolves. If you like musy kind of stuff, Written by Wolves is amazing. Michael Murphy, powerful singer. He's going to be joining us on the show. If you want to be part of the podcast, there's a few ways to get in contact. You can email us, kiwiradio@proton.me. You can send us a DM on instagram.com/kiwiradio.nz. Be sure to follow us on youtube.com/kiwiradionz and get us to that first 1K. We're about halfway. 1K subscribers would be great. And but otherwise, download this replay. Check out our archives and consider becoming a member if you want to support sort of like independent broadcasters and independent media. Go to Kiwiradio.nz and you can shell out as little as $2 a month. That's nothing. And we will try and buy as many Bandcamp releases with that and keep our website alive. That kind of jam. Jam Marmalade. Yeah, I am a good comic. I'm very good. Also very confident. Very confident in my abilities. Probably a bit too confident. Yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've enjoyed the showcase. I love doing this every week and checking out new tunes from Kiwi artists, reconnecting with my mates, checking out what's happening creatively across New Zealand. We're a population of about 5 million, but we have some amazing music coming out of this little country, and we want to export it to you all over the world. Tell everyone there's more to Lord of the Rings. There's also Kiwiradio.nz. Anyways, with that, I'm off. See you later, guys. Thanks.